Great
I'm
to be here.
so happy to talk to you because we've had some adventures together.
We have.
And one of my favorite stories, if you don't mind me telling this story, we did a bit once on our show where it was a game. And the game was I'm going to throw plates, and you're going to see whoever can hit the plate with the football and break 3 plates wins. That was the game. And you were playing against Taylor Lautner. Do you remember this?
I do.
Yeah. So Taylor was just coming off the Twilight movies, and he's a stud, and he goes first, and I throw the plate, and he smashes the plate, and you go, and then I throw your plate, and you miss the plate, and you're like, okay,
Yeah. They're laughing off.
Yeah, and then I throw the second plate, and Taylor breaks the plate, and then you started getting serious, like. Yeah, like you are now.
Like
yeah,
this?
you used to kind of start,
Yeah.
like you were laughing, you're like, and then you, and you started jumping up and down, and I actually saw lasers come out of your eyes, and I go, dude, and honestly, I could barely let go of the plate. You demolished the next 3 plates in a row to win and beat Taylor Lautner, and it was the most insane athleticism I've ever seen. I'm like, that dude,
Look,
that's why he gets paid the big bucks. That's
I know
why.
some may fear Jacob Black, the wolf, you know, in Twilight.
Yes.
But not this guy.
That's right. He took him down, of course.
Right.
Respect, but that was so amazing. You were so talented, and thank you for playing that game. But it got real for a second. You're like, I'm gonna let this kid beat me, man. No way. And you blew it up.
Well, I think he used to come to some Saints practices.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you know, and he'd grab the football and start throwing it around. So I kind of knew there was some talent there.
But you had to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
Where did the competitive spirit come from? Was it mom or dad? Or?
you know, I mean, both. I'd say the entire family. You know, my grandfather was a legendary high school football coach in the state of Texas.
Is that right?
Aunts, uncles that played at the collegiate level and all state and a bunch of athletics in high school. Dad played freshman basketball at A&M. My mom was all state in 3 sports.
Oh my
My brother
gosh.
played baseball at Baylor University. So, our family gatherings were basically like, who can run here the fastest? Who's going to win at dominoes or rummy cube or free throw shooting? Or who's going to catch more grasshoppers in the yard? There was always a competition around something.
I read somewhere that your grandfather used to make you spit pumpkin seeds.
Well, he grew pears, plums, and pumpkins, and so whenever we'd eat them, we'd be left with the seeds, and it was like, well, now what competition can we create from this? And so we would have seed spitting contests.
We always happen to have pumpkin seeds here at the Tonight Show. Oh, always, just in case.
How convenient.
Just a game like this would pop up. Actually, I don't think we'll use all these seeds, but we have a bullseye set up over there.
Oh,
and I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a little friendly competition.
Sure.
Now, I'm not going to hold it this time, because last time I was afraid to even hold the plate, because it was like exploding. To see who can spit the seed and hit and come closer to the
Are we
bullseye.
sitting, standing?
Standing, why not, right?
All right.
We'll stand here.
Okay. Yeah, this
here.
is good.
Give me your bowl,
We get our own bowl?
Yeah. Do you need practice?
No.
I'm scared. I'm scared already, dude. Just standing next to you, I can feel.
Just don't touch my bowl.
I won't touch anything, man.
You go first?
Sure, whatever you say,
All right,
Mr. Breeze.
all right.
Gosh.
I mean,
All right.
do you
Ready?
have your technique down?
No, I don't spit things. I don't spit.
Is this making you nervous?
Yes, it is. You pulling your hand back made me nervous, too. Don't.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
It was
That's
good. Good technique. You just got to land on it, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, a little strong. Up. That one got squirrely on me.
That one went through the wall.
Hey, you never said one.
That's right.
Hey.
Watch this, dude.
All right. Oh.
All right, you can play it out. You can play it off the bounce. You can play it off. No, I don't know if we can do this. Oh, that's how you do it right there. Drew Brees, that's how to do it. That's how you do it. I never doubted you. I never doubted Drew Brees. That's the pumpkin seed. The pumpkin seed spitting master. Thank you for doing
I'll
that.
put these back for next time.
Yeah, for next time, absolutely, yeah. You're a very, very, very busy man. On Sundays, you're in the broadcast booth calling NFL games for Fox. But on Friday nights, you're a coach.
Well, that's where the real magic happens.
Yeah. Tell me who you coach.
So I'm gonna have 3 boys in high school. This coming fall.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, freshman, sophomore, senior.
That's a big
Yeah.
deal.
So coaching my sons in high school football. I'm the passing game coordinator for a single wing offensive system, which basically means that it's a lot of running and trickery and misdirection, but we've now kind of opened it up to a bit of the spread offense as well.
And is it
air it out.
Is it odd coaching your sons?
Yeah,
Like,
so-
do they call you dad or coach or?
Well, they call me dad.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many times I've had to pull them aside and say, look, I'm talking to you now as your coach, not your dad. It's hard to make that differentiation for them.
Yeah.
So really, my technique now, and which I'm totally blowing it because they're going to be watching tonight, and
Yeah, you can
they're gonna be like, oh, now we know your secret, Dad. So I
Yeah.
have to come up with something different. I pull aside another coach and I say, hey, tell my son this, right? And they'll run over, hey, you know, Balin, your footwork, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. Now,
Jeez.
if it came from my mouth,
They wouldn't do
it would
it.
just be like, Dad.
What is the ultimate thing you want to teach these kids, like about sports and football? Why is sports important in life?
I think sports is the greatest teacher when it comes to how to work together as a team, how to overcome adversity, perseverance, you know, facing failure and disappointment and learning how to cope with that and how to overcome that. And also the trust that you develop with your teammates.
Yeah.
There's no greater feeling than knowing that somebody is relying on you and you're relying on them. And the greatest teams that I ever was a part of were the ones that cared about each other the most. And that's what happens on the playing field, especially being part of a team. And that's why I think youth sports is truly what will, you know, save our society from the perspective that, you know, everything in our society now is about modern day conveniences and, you know, screen time and all this. And sports is the one thing that pulls you away from all that and brings you back together and allows you to connect and
Good for you.
teach you great life lessons.
That's fantastic. You played a little high school football yourself.
Oh, does that strike fear into you or what?
Yeah, look at that. Now, did you think this guy was going to go in the Hall of Fame?
No, I was just trying to get pads big enough that made me look like I was more than 160 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, that's wild. I mean, by the way, I found your scouting report from 2001, and this is stuff that they said about you.
This was coming out of college.
Yeah, they said Drew Brees tends to sidearm his passes, lacks accuracy and touch on his long throws, does not possess the ideal height you look for in a pro passer, tends to run through defenders rather than trying to avoid them.
That's actually my favorite one. Well, first off, that description is like the total opposite of what I was as an NFL player.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Interesting.
And don't they know that the short and intermediate passing game? I mean, that's like the hallmark of the West Coast offense, the extension of the run game. Come on, didn't
Hello,
they?
duh.
Didn't they
Yeah,
watch the
you
Bill
don't know
Walsh
that?
documentary? Come on.
Come on, yeah. Don't they know that?
Yeah,
Please.
exactly, right. And why run around defenders when you can run through them?
Only Drew Brees can do that.
Didn't we watch Erling Haaland enough in the World Cup?
Yeah, exactly. Run through them.
That's how we play the game.
And now you're going to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Drew, talk to me. What's the feelings? What's the emotions? How did you find out?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, first off, I don't think it's ever something that you think about. You know, when I first got into the NFL, it was just how can I stick around long enough to you know, hopefully make a living out of this. And never in my wildest dreams that I believe I'd play 20 years and have the experiences that I did and the teammates that I did and the accomplishments.
As soon as you were eligible, you got in.
Yeah.
People love you, bud.
Well, it's honestly, and it's all those people that I'm bringing with me, you know, to Canton on August the 8th. There's so much reflection over the last 8 months when I think about all the people that were part of that journey, my family, friends, teammates, coaches, City of New Orleans, the Who Dat Nation.
Yeah.
Certainly. So yeah.
Yeah. How'd you find out? How'd you get the news?
Well, so they call them the knocks, right? So when they come and knock on your door, and this has become a big thing now. It's basically like how can we surprise, you know, the next class of Hall of Famers. So it was close to my birthday in mid-January, and I actually share a birthday with my oldest son, Balin, the one who I held up at Super Bowl with the headphones.
Yes.
Who's now 17 years old and
God.
driving. And I'm coaching.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had kind of spent the weekend celebrating him, and Monday night comes around, and my daughter, who's just the light of my life, says, Dad, I want to take you out to dinner for your birthday. So she's like, be ready by 5 o'clock. And I'm like, boys, we are getting ready by 5 o'clock. We are going. Ryland's taking us out to eat to celebrate Dad's birthday. And 5 o'clock rolls around, and my dad and my wife are right there ready, and the boys are just off messing around somewhere. I'm like, boys, time to go. Ryland said 5 o'clock. And so now it's just like, okay, they are being disrespectful.
Yes.
Ryland said 5 o'clock.
What are you guys doing
yeah,
up
I'm
there?
like, what are you doing? Get down here right now. Like, we're gonna leave them. I'm telling my wife, we're just gonna leave them.
Yes.
Right? And she's like, no, just be. I'm like, no. And then knock at the door. I'm like, who's here now? You know? And I walk through the door, and here's Dan Fouts, and 10 cameras and NFL films, and
you're like, who you going with that? Hi.
Hey, Dan. We're going out to birthday dinner. You want to join us?
Wow, that's how. So they all knew it.
Oh yeah. They got me. It was a total setup.
Is it going to be an emotional day for you?
1,000%. Yeah. I mean,
is.
look, I try to visualize these moments and try to honestly get a lot of the emotions out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds crazy. I was like just working out yesterday, and I've actually been listening to a lot of the Hall of Fame speeches just to kind of get a feel for just how that can, how a lot of guys have done it and the approach they've taken. And honestly, it'll get me thinking about something or someone or a moment. And I'm literally like, doing a power clean and like tears coming down my eyes.
You're like, oh my gosh.
I mean, you got to like pause for a second. I'm trying to get a lot of those emotions out of the way, but I think it's going to be 5 days of just a total blur. I'm going to try to take it in and just be in the moment.
Well,
but,
it couldn't happen to a nicer guy, and you couldn't deserve it anymore. The one and only Drew Brees, everybody. Congratulations. That's the best, man. The best. You can check out the Pro Football Hall of Fame game on NBC and Peacock August 6th. Drew Brees. We'll be right back, everybody. The one, dude, you're the great.